It's season 5, episode 38. Don't even ask about me. I feel great. No seasonal depression around here, but I be asking what the hell is going on with this comedy. What? I almost want to do that one again. It's been a while since I've done that, right? Fuck it, we'll run it back. I'll leave this in too.
I saw you fumbling with it. It's like, is he gonna make it? Is he gonna make it?
It fucked up my whole swagger.
Yeah, this is off. Is it on?
What?
The applause, is that on?
It's on. You always.
Barely. All right, hitting it again.
Hey yo, it's Black Zeus, the podcast, season 5. Welcome to the show where we talk about life, talk about the come up, and sometimes we fight. But in the end, it ain't a thing, cause we ain't trying to be right. We're just old new niggas with another podcast.
It's season 5, episode 38. I'm doing this twice, but I still feel real great. It's seasonal depression time, but I do feel fine. And if you're here for some comedy, motherfucker, it's time. That's better. Whatever, bro. This is a comedy thing. I hate social media, but I love you.
Black Zeus, the podcast, season 5.
It's the new motto. It's the new old motto. Hello, da da hoody doody doo. Hello to the old people. Hello to the new. I hope you had a beautiful week and that the next weekend is good too. What It Do? That was What It Do by Black Sinatra. I believe the album was Niggas in Vegas. La da 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 dee dee doo doo. It's me and my niggas in Vegas, and we're spending lots of cash, and we're throwing it at strippers with big ass, and we do the thing in Vegas. La dee da dee da dee doo. I'm with my niggas, and we're smoking on blunts and fucking bitch too. That was Frank Sinatra off the album. Oh, sorry, that was. Welcome back. Black Zeus, the podcast, season 5, episode 38. We are doing it once again. You are the beautiful people. If you have hit that subscribe button, if you haven't yet, then you're looking a little bit ugly there. Might want to get some Botox, lip filler, big old jugs. Bolt them to your chest. You got a flat ass. Get some fillers. Bumpers only. Now, we're only about people that feel good about themselves. I mean, if you need to do that, not judging, but try and feel good about who you are as an individual and hit that subscribe button. That was the worst way to get people to subscribe, but that's what I'm going with this week. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I don't care about social media, but I care about you. I'm going to be screaming that a lot this episode. Holy crap. Let's promote some shows. I got shows coming up. Tune in next week to hear the dates. That's Yo, why am I an artist? Yeah, that's I feel like I've been connecting more and more with Patrice, but for the wrong reasons. I get why he was so just about the industry and like retiring all the time and just it's whack, but it's beautiful. Like, you guys hear me complain a lot, you know? I'm honest about who I am and what this platform is. I'm on a soapbox. Social media stinks. Comedy is a sold art form, but they all are, you know? It's really me that's the problem. I got into a commercial thing, trying not to be commercial. And what's the point of complaining, bro? It is what it is. It's commercial. It's a commercial game. Right now I'm drinking Jib Job Jr.'s Earl Grey tea. If you're a fan of Earl Grey tea, then there is no better tea than Jib Job Jr.'s. Make sure you go down to friggin' Blip Mart and get you some Jib Job Juniors. Who the hell are you talking to? That's that would have worked perfect last week. That was a good Jim Carrey reference from Man on the Moon. What are you talking about? Who are you talking to? Jim Carrey's completely breaking down, which is what's happening to me right now as I hear myself continue to spew words like I belong in an insane asylum. Have you tried Jip Jab Jr.? Yo, this episode sucks. Let's get the guy in the game. Let's get the boy in the studio. Let's get the man on the mic. Let's get the dude with the tude. Let's get the guy who's real fly. Let's get the man who understands. Let's get the compadre that sips on lattes. Let's get the homie that's also a crony. Let's get the crony that's also a crony. Let's get yo, you're gonna hate this one. I'm not even gonna do it. I respect you too much. Let's get the crony that's also you son of a bitch. Dante's in the studio.
Where my hug at?
What is that?
It's a meme.
Pull it up. Don't know it. Once again, Dante bringing memes to my old life. I think I swore a few times in that intro, so that'll be fun to censor. Thanks, YouTube. I would go at YouTube right now, but I guess Tony Hinchcliffe is going viral for saying what I've been saying here forever. But you know,
There's one that I saw.
this looks awful. Whatever you're about to bring up.
No, it's really short.
I mean, I hope so. I hope so.
I hope so.
This.
No, it's
Where
just-
my hug at though? Like that?
No, these are like
Nah.
pranks. Where my
Nah. Nah. You messed up the whole podcast. I don't even think we could do this episode.
Anyway,
Yo, somehow Bucky's is getting pulled up.
yeah, because in the video, you remember that when we went to
Shout out
the
to
Buc-
Bucky's.
That's why I was doing it. Cause so you know, remember the statue that was in front of the Bucky's thing?
Yeah.
People go up to the statue, and because it's like this, everyone goes, "Where my hug at?"
Really?
Yeah, the
it's a
Buc-ee's.
Bucky's thing.
Yeah, like it's probably not, but yeah. Anyways, that's
Well, that was a big waste of a minute and a half. How you living, bro?
blessed and highly favored.
What you been up to? I hope so.
A bunch.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Comedy stuffs?
Comedy stuff.
Life stuffs?
Life stuff.
How's the life stuffs, bro? It's been a minute since we kicked off with talking about life.
How's the life stuff been? Life's been good.
Life's been good.
You know, I got the
The fresh twist.
It's tight as hell. My head hurts.
Your head didn't even move. Your head didn't even move.
I'm actually dizzy.
I'm gonna have to bleep that in the. I just made a pterodactyl noise. I'm pretty sure. I apologize if this ends up making it into the final edit. I apologize. I'm gonna try and catch that. Yo, just mark that down for me, like around
Pterodactyl noise.
9 minutes and 50 seconds, somewhere around there. I'll pay attention.
But yeah, no, life is good.
What's comedy been like for you this past week? Not too good.
Dog, I did something and it's been on my mind.
Yo,
this
you
whole
texted
time.
me. You texted me. Yeah,
It's been bugging me this whole time.
Now you a comedian, bro.
It put a whole damper on my.
Yeah,
my
you're a
week.
real punctual guy, so I'd imagine that like probably made you
hurts
depressed.
extra.
Yeah. You're always the one that's early.
Yeah,
Never on time, early.
early. If you're on time, you're late.
So explain to me how you end up signing up for 2 open mics and missing both of them.
Okay, well,
And they're down the block from each other.
they're down, but they're still kind of far. Like there's a distance.
Yeah, but you drive. Now I will say the parking, obviously.
So I wasn't driving between them. I was.
You walked?
I walked
Nah, you took it. Nah, you took a risk.
I
Why
know.
would you even do that?
because they were walking distance.
Nah, man.
I
If
wasn't
You're
gonna-
trying to. Nah, man. I wish I knew that.
Yeah.
Mr. Punctual over here.
Yeah, well,
I walked.
I walked like they're like 8 minutes. 5
No,
to
that's
8
a
minutes.
15-minute walk.
Nah.
Yeah.
If you're walking slow.
Oh, so then explain to me how good your sets were. You made them both, right?
Yeah, I
They're
made
only-
them both.
So the 8 minutes apart, you start crying, you got the Indian one tear. It's just
Yeah,
So
so
which room did you go to first?
so I went to Comedy Bar because that show starts earlier.
And what show did you sign up for?
The wheel show, the bucket wheel show with
Jam Easy?
Yeah.
I have to make it out to that. Damn.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to be in town Monday.
Yeah?
I'm filming something with the boss.
Okay. What are you filming?
He's filming some movie.
Oh, you're gonna be in it?
Yeah. He asked me to do it's the last scene they're filming.
Sick. I'm shooting with the
You know,
boss, so I might pull up.
I don't show up to things, so I'm like,
be
F
in
it.
it, bro.
I'm getting back out there, bro. I have to be with my people.
It'll be sick.
And the boss wants me in it. As soon as
Yeah.
he like expressed that he wants me in, I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
he
in.
showed me some footage. It's pretty dope.
It sounds hilarious.
Yeah.
And then the scene that he described with me and Bong Young Kim.
Yeah.
But
But
it sounds like it's gonna be fun.
yeah.
So I'm gonna I'm gonna get my main edits done tomorrow.
What time do you have to be there for?
I love a boss, so it's for him, bro. And it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah,
but
but
it's
what
like
time?
till like 2 a.m.
What time do you have to get there?
10.
10 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay.
On a Monday.
Yeah. So we'll hit
But
up.
again,
We'll sign up for the mic and then.
So that's what I'm saying. I'll probably be in town. So maybe I'll run to back room and
Yeah, but
I'll,
the back room starts at 10:30 on Monday.
I don't wanna just act like a big I don't wanna throw my weight around. That was a natural.
Yeah.
I mean, wait till we get to my comedy recap and I tell you that I showed up to back room and they just put me on. I haven't been to that club in like a year, bro.
Yeah.
I just showed up.
No, I know, right? But so I go to Comedy Bar
Yeah.
with Jam Easy.
You sign up.
I sign up
That show starts at when?
10.
And it's a bucket pull, or you sign up and it's like
No,
you're going this spot.
No, you put your name into a bucket and then they
Okay.
choose like a group of people.
Okay.
And then I sign up for that. So then I walk from Comedy Bar over to back room
Okay.
and then I put my name into that bucket, right? Because they do like a bucket thing.
Okay.
So then one of the guys, because I went to the workshop earlier that day.
Excuse me for a second. Woo! I got one. Woo! They usually come in 2s, but that was 3s. Must be pregnant.
Whatever that means. But so one of the guys that I met at the workshop that
Yeah.
week, he was the one that was like, "Oh yeah, like you could probably make both of them," but this guy had a bike. So
You suck, bro.
I didn't
You
know.
really didn't calculate any of that. Did you at least punch it in the maps?
Yeah,
And see
it's
the
like 8
distance?
minutes. It's not that far from each other.
Yeah, if you have a bike or a car.
I know. But even if I had a car, I would have to go and then find parking somewhere. And I don't know. Like I already had a prime
Yeah, but you
free
would have
parking
been down there in
spot.
2 minutes.
I know.
That frees up all them extra minutes.
Okay, but here's what I was praying to the comedy gods for. That because each set is only like a minute, 2 minutes.
Oh my God. I'm already in town, so whatever.
Yeah, but yeah, so
You just that was so depressing to hear. Where's comedy going, bro? It's memes in 1 minute sets. I'm gonna kill myself. What the hell has happened to comedy, bro?
well, actually, backroom is a minute and a half. And then, but
Glory to God. I get an extra 30 seconds. Oh.
so I sign up, and then I sign up at backroom.
Yeah.
And then I head back to Comedy Bar while the guy at the comedy workshop stays at backroom.
I like that you're
Right?
describing the set. You're like, so I go to.
So then I'm like, all right, well, you know, you're gonna be there.
Yeah.
Message me. I on Instagram, I'm like, you message me the list when
Yeah.
they post it. All right. So then I go back to backroom, and anyone that knows me knows that I don't got notifications on at all times.
You know what's funny is I know you and I didn't know that.
They're never on.
I didn't know that.
No Instagram notifications. No, I only get UFC. Hey, UFC.
Oh my God.
UFC early prelims.
Oh my God.
Live right now.
Why is that not surprising? What are you talking? Your family can't reach you in case of an emergency.
No,
but Dana White can send you some friggin' John Jones news.
No. It's not the news. It's just if there's a fight going on. But I already kind of know.
Don't you know?
I do.
You know.
But like,
You're
look,
a madman.
I still get text messages. It just doesn't like, ring. You know what I mean?
Dana though, he's
No, his just shows up. Like his just like, you see the priority. I have that to bypass do not disturb.
Is it an app?
No, it's just like in the settings.
Does UFC have an app?
Yeah,
Okay. Do you have it?
of course. Dog, Fight Pass is amazing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Fight Pass. Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
This nigga's driving and watching Fight Pass.
But so he's back at the show,
Yeah.
right? And he's back at Backroom, and I'm at Comedy Bar and I'm watching the show.
Yeah.
Show's going on. Notifications are off. I'm not checking my phone. This guy messages the list. I don't see it.
Messages list. Yeah.
And he's like, bro, you're up second. So that, but I don't see
You got 8 minutes, player.
No. But he sent that 12 minutes ago.
Oh no. Oh.
So I saw that. I dip out immediately. I start running. Right? I'm running down the street. The air's dry.
Why didn't I drive?
You know, and then all I see is the dude biking back on his bicycle. Bring, bring. Sorry, Playboy, you missed your spot. and he's back. He's biking over to Comedy Bar. And then I'm like, okay, whatever. Let me just go back to Comedy Bar. As soon as I get back in the room, dude's like, bro, as soon as you left, they called your name. I'm like, no.
Welcome to comedy, brother.
I know.
Yeah.
And then, because I also
as
sent
punctual as you are, once you become a comedian, it's dysfunction from then on forward.
well, what I'm doing now, I'm not greedy enough to try and get 2 spots a night. You know what I mean? Get 1 and confirm 1, not risk 2 and get 0.
You could be prepared enough to just drown.
But it's so random because I could have get pulled at the same time or however it's scheduled.
Yeah, bucket pull's a little different. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't be like you and just throw my weight around and be like, hey, put me up first. You know what I mean?
I do really want to do that wheel show. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I was watching it.
Was there audience?
Yeah. There's like a group in the front.
Dude, every time I see clips from that show, it just looks like a chaotic mess. But like
It is very chaotic.
I like.
Yeah, they had a
What's it called again?
Wheel
of.
I don't know. You spin a wheel and then you have to do some sort of improv
Yeah.
based off what you get on the wheel.
And how many options are on the wheel? Do you know?
Well, I don't know. It seems like it's cut into like 8 to 12 pieces.
Come on. Of course, my reception ain't working now, James. I'm trying to see if I can see the. Come on. You keep talking. This doesn't work. This doesn't
Well, stop saying and
I was just cutting you off.
But and not only that, but I've also been, I've been talking to James a little bit more recently because I did a boss's show.
Yeah.
And then he was on there. He was on Chopped Cheese, you know what I mean? And then I went to the open mic he does at Canvas Art Bar as well.
Yeah.
So I sent you a video beforehand. I put my testing a stage name
Yeah,
out,
I saw it.
and I put it in there. And
That's what they called you as?
That's what they called. But I told I'm like, this is how you pronounce it. And then Jemmy's texts me after. He's like, bro, I even called your fake name.
Oh my God. Yo, you suck. Yeah, you suck. That was the first time you used that name, right?
I know, it's a bad omen.
You're bugging out. You got to go as Melchizedek next time.
I don't know
You got to
what that
switch
means.
up. That's the same guy, bro.
Melchizedek?
Yeah.
I've never heard that one
It's the
before.
same guy.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's why that makes sense. When I sent you that image the
Yeah,
other day, you're like, I don't know
triangle.
what's going on.
Who
But
the
they're all
fuck is that guy?
they're all the same dude, bro.
Yeah. Well, that's what I did notice. They're all the same guy at the end of
Yeah.
the day. It's the one guy.
So yeah, the secondary character is the primary character.
Yes. So I missed both shows.
Wheel of Comedy, by the way, is the name of the show.
Wheel of Comedy, yeah. I think we said that in passing.
One of the things.
Wheel of Jokes. Anyways,
Wheel of something.
I was very sad about that.
Yeah, as you should be. But because it's you too, because you're so punctual.
Yeah.
I know for sure that hurt. That hurt.
It caused me physical pain.
Did you go back to backroom at all, or you just dipped after that?
I had no reason to stay
Just
there.
to
I couldn't even show my face.
Oh, it's Thanksgiving. Damn.
Are they closed on Thanksgiving?
Well, no, we'll see if the shows happen. Like the clubs will be open, but what I wanted to do was also drop into Kenny's workshop.
Yeah, no, that's canceled.
That's obviously not happening.
But speak to Kenny because he does want guest speakers. So if you want to be an OG and be like,
yeah, see, I was saying about going back to my school and just talking to them. I mean, that's a good way to start, or at least try that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't know. It's weird, bro. The older I get, that's like the mindset.
Yeah.
I guess that's not
mindset.
weird. That's a good mindset.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful, but yo, it's not a comparing thing because I think that's dangerous. You can't be looking at other people and comparing and being like, what if or this and that. I think it's actually healthier to look at people and like be proud and be inspired and motivated
100%.
and all this stuff. I don't even know what point I was going to make just there. What did you just say? What were we just talking
I
about?
said it's a good mindset to go back to the youth them.
Yeah, I guess. Like, I just never imagined. Again, I got into comedy because I wanted to be a funny dude, bro. And this is not that.
Yeah.
Patrice.
Mm-hmm.
Patrice.
This has nothing to do with Patrice at all.
Patrice. That's a Patrice line.
Yeah,
I
but
got
this, I'm talking about the
Oh, that's
animated
just-
peace sign.
That's not anime peace sign.
Yep.
That's just a straight up peace sign. Look, don't up the Patrice talks.
You
All
don't
right,
know what I was
censor that. I gotta.
Yep.
Don't get up the Patrice talks. Don't sissy up these Patrice conversations.
But yeah, you want to go back.
Like honestly, man, just I feel duped. I feel duped. I feel duped. Everything is for sale, and it always was. And you're naive and you're young and you feel like, oh, not everything is for sale. I'm not for sale. And then you just slowly watch all the people that said they're not for sale sell themselves.
Yeah.
And then you're like, am I a fool for not selling myself?
I don't know.
And then it's
ask the ghostwriter.
But that's pretty good. But then it's also, again, it's not about the comparative thing.
No,
I feel like I'm on the track that I'm supposed to be on.
Yeah.
Like this is the only. And I'm very honest about, these are the decisions that I made that put me here.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be in this place, but now that I am in this place, it's like, okay, that's good. My skill is up there and all that stuff, but like, you get deep enough in and you realize this has nothing to do with skill and everything to do with shill. Ooh, skill versus shill.
I'll write that down for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the name of the episode right there. And I feel like I would even be more okay with, like, I'm okay with corporate interest aligning with art. Like, they have to converge at some point because the art needs to be funded, especially once you get to a higher level.
Mm-hmm.
But, obviously, that's when you get the authoritarian stomp on the neck. Nigga, you gotta do what I say and like it. So yeah, here's us on the YouTube channel. YouTube, hit the like and subscribe. Leave a comment. YouTube, thumbs up. All right, I guess I'll do my comedy recap. I actually did some shows this weekend. Shout outs to Jeremy Dobsky putting on Punks Can't Laugh Comedy Festival. It was a mixture of a punk rock festival. So they had punk rock bands, and then it's running tonight also, but I think it's all weekend. And each night has a different set of comedians, obviously a different lineup of musicians, and it was great, bro. I'm a punk rock guy. You know what I mean? I'm anti-establishment, anti-authority. So it's my scene. And there are even some dreadheads showed up out of nowhere. I swear to God, bro, it's like God put them in that room for me because then they dipped out right after. They weren't there before I got on stage.
Yeah.
There was like 1 or 2 black people in the room. Then I get up on stage like 30 seconds into a minute into my set. These 2 dreadhead niggas pop out of nowhere, bro. And they're enjoying it. Like, I'm doing my thing. I was looking forward to this show because I'm like, yo, this is so me. Like, this is where my interests align. You know what I mean? Like punk rock and comedy. Let's go. I should have done acid before. I should have done acid.
Just bomb on stage,
bro. No, I don't think I would bomb on acid. I can't say for sure. I haven't done it, but knowing what acid does to me, I don't see myself bombing on acid. Enough. Acid is not. It's not like
you would have more.
You're
of a good
very
time.
in control.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I mean, obviously, once you start going past 2 tabs, then you start getting into sketchy territory. Things are like flying at you. But 1 tab, bro, you feel invincible off 1 tab. Anyways, this is not me condoning people going out there and doing acid. But yeah, I ended up doing that punk show and had a great set. And I don't know if I said it on the podcast last week, but I've been not necessarily stagnant, but I've just caught myself in a moment where I'm sounding samey a lot.
Yeah, we spoke on the phone.
On the phone, yeah. So like, I've just been watching my sets and I'm like, okay. I stopped focusing on the new album like fully. Every once in a while, I'll pull up the material. But then I had all these new jokes that I was just starting to develop, and then I mashed together like a new set list that I was working on here and there. But then at a certain point, there was older jokes, like newer jokes that haven't been on an album or a recording anywhere, that haven't been fully polished, that have come back, and I've been like touching those up. But now I've found myself in a place where I'm too scattered. So I'm going to focus in. The thing is, though, like I haven't worked on a lot of my newer stuff. I'm sitting on so many new jokes, so many new ideas. I've been writing a lot again, and I want to explore that, but also there's a part of me that's disciplined enough to be like, okay, I have to work on a new album. I haven't even put the other one on. By the way, hit the subscribe for real. If you would like to see my comedy album. It's coming up for free on YouTube once we get to 1,000 subscribers. We're almost at 700 right now. Love and respect and salutes to all the 700 beautiful people that are already joined the community. Love and respect. Salutes to Trevor, the first patron. A teaser went out already. We're starting to get a little cryptic on the page. Another teaser will go out this week. And then we'll slowly start ramping up that. We'll have a full announcement here in the next 2 weeks. And I hope you guys look forward to that, because like we've been saying, comedy stuff coming fast and heavy. So get ready. You a comedy fan, this is the place for you. That's all I gotta say about that. All right. I also ended up at Backroom. I haven't been there in about a year. Not for any particular reason other than I've pretty much just been at the alley, but I haven't been avoiding, like, there's no animosity or any of that, but like I'm sure I don't know. I don't even know. Maybe I'm in my own head about it.
You definitely are.
I showed up and people were like, yo, you weren't mad at us, were you? You know what I mean? So I'm like, I am in my head, but I'm not, because I'm very I don't know, am I an empath? I sense like people's emotional state and vibes toward me. I'm very receptive towards what the hell's. This doesn't sound smart at all, but you know, I pick up on vibes. How about that? Whatever, bro. I got rings and necklaces. And why you got so many necklaces? You don't know that meme at all, do you?
You said it before.
I said it before. It was nice, man. I miss Backroom.
They changed up the layout.
No, I've been there since they changed up the layout. It hasn't been that long, bro.
Okay.
Like,
I haven't.
No, don't say that.
Yeah.
There's no way.
The last time I went was for the special.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a long time ago.
I know. It was like basically almost 2 years.
Damn.
Put out the special, bro.
I know, right? Yo, I'm grateful for how I move, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I really am. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been out. It could have been this and that. I should be doing this and that. But what it should be, bro. I'm not mad at myself. It like if people really understood everything behind the scenes of that special, then
for sure.
then no one would really grill me. Like I'm now coming back around to really giving that some love and attention again.
Mm-hmm.
It's taken that long, but honestly, bro, the whole process just soured me, and that's all behind the scenes stuff. So once that happens, artistically, bro, like again, that's my own. I'm too much of an artist, bro. Like literally, like all the cliche, hokey BS. That's me. I care too much about my art. I think about it like maybe too much. Like I don't think I'm a perfectionist because I do release stuff. But the reason I don't release stuff oftentimes it is valid to me, and I think that that's enough. I'm very grateful that I don't give into the pressures externally of like, yo, do this and do that. Yo, you should be doing this. Like Dobsky the other day just told me like the same thing. He's like, you should put your thing out on Spotify. I'm like, yeah, I know. But like, yo, I'm a different entity and I'm okay with that. And it is me, but not me to the extent that I think I've been portraying. You know, that's even why I step back from the comedy villain persona and all that stuff. Because I get these grandiose ideas, and like, you know, being an artist, you want people to understand your art or where it's coming from. But at this point, even the other day, I went to make a post on Instagram. I went to release that teaser clip. And, you know, I did my artsy fartsy crap. And I'm like, let me put a little freaking like word blurb in my story feed before it, and it'll lead into the thing. And eventually it was up there for maybe a minute or two. A couple people saw it. I'm just like, yo, F the words, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, I just need to find the time now, and I'm about to purge my IG, and I'm about to really exist on the socials the way I really want to, which is exactly my own means. And like, it's your platform, but S my D. It's my content, and you're living beautifully off of everybody's free-ish. Anyways, I ended up at Backroom Comedy Club. I'm so annoying, bro. I'm the worst. I care too much. Like, is that a problem? I think it is.
Well, as they say, attachment is suffering.
That's huge. I'm happy you said that because it's really making me think. Is it? Yo, I'm attached to the art, and I don't think the art is the reason that I'm suffering. The art is the reason that I'm thriving. The art is the reason that I want to keep pursuing. Mm-hmm. It's for the love of the art. It's the everything around it. And maybe I'm too attached to
I feel like if
my notions about everything around it.
If you're attached to a more specific thing about the art, you would be able to let go of the other stuff that bothers you. But I don't know what that specific thing is. And what I mean is like, okay, yeah, it's the art, but what about like, is it just a completed piece instead of the whole rollout? You get what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Well, this is how I'm trying to explain it. Like art is such a big umbrella term.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, obviously I'm talking about comedy. I'm a comedian.
I know, but the art of comedy.
Yeah.
All that stuff. Right? But, you know, say, I'm not saying this is you, but say you were only focused on putting out something specific, like one thing. And you didn't care what people said or
right
did
now,
or,
that's the show.
Yeah.
Right now, that would be the show.
But my point is, then you wouldn't have attachment to all those other things because you're only focused on one thing. Whereas right now, you're focusing on an umbrella of things. You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I can't explain it fully.
But it's hard to not, because once you go down the road of one thing, that opens up an umbrella of things. Okay, I'm focused on the show, but then what happens to releasing the show? Now we're back to the conundrum of I hate social media, but I love people and I want to reach them. But the way to reach them nowadays is social media. And the only way the algorithm will push you to more people is if you go down the specific route of being a buffoon. And I don't want to be a buffoon. That's the artistry of it for me. I'm not saying that comedy is not buffoonery. Comedy 100% is buffoonery. And if you look at me on the stage, you'll still see the goofy side of the comedy of it for me.
Yes.
So when I'm up here saying I'm an artist about it, that doesn't mean I'm sitting here being like, comedy's not supposed to be goofy and dick and fart jokes. It's very much dick and fart jokes. What I really mean by that is like the algorithm of it, the money of it, the corporate interests, and like, to go back to that Patrice quote, you get into it because you're a funny person and that's what you want to do, and you want to make people laugh and like reach, and you really think, I thought 100% you could reach up and become known, which you can, but it's exponentially more work. And again, that's not to say that memers and whatever are not putting in the work, because they are putting in work. It's like a job.
Yep.
They're putting in hours. But like, that is like, I really wonder how many people would be doing this if it wasn't just a mass amount of people doing it and them thinking that that's like, it's just like celebrity, right? You pick a few people out of the group, you put them on a platform, and then all of a sudden everybody else sees that they could potentially get a platform. Now there's so many people getting platform because it's just millions and millions. There's people that have millions of followers that nobody knows.
Yeah.
Like, that's how much is going on right now. It's so saturated, you know? It's so saturated that now you have to do the lowest common denominator thing to reach the widest amount of people. And I'm seeing comedians go into it now with this approach. Like, okay, I love the comedy of it, and I'll build my audience by doing some goofy-ish, and then I'll bring them to my shows that way. But I can't seem to bring myself to do the goofy-ish. Because as much as I loved that when I first started, that's not what I grew into. That's not the person I grew into. That's not the comic I grew into. I still obviously feel like there's an audience for the more genuine stuff. But like most comics seem to realize nowadays, is like, you draw a wider audience, you cast a wider net by doing the lower common denominator thing. Because people are going to the platforms to be, you know, mindlessly entertained, essentially.
Pacified.
And whether they admit it or not, I don't even, like, do people not realize this? It's baffling to me at times.
Yeah.
Because how can you be a society that talks about mental illness and being on the right side of history and this and that and this and that when you're actively participating in mental illness? To me, social media is the most extreme form of mental illness that we have currently. And it's only going to get wilder once they start plugging VR and all this crap into it.
VR has been plugged in.
But no, on a mass scale, mass adoption.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, that's really why I've been having the battle so consistently, because it's only going to get crazier. It's only going to go more down this route. And I'm only going to feel more radical against it because guess what? Like I said earlier, I'm punk rock. I'm anti-establishment. That's just who I am at my core. I'm anti, like, it's crazy to me. Like, the whole woke culture realistically is not woke. It's sick.
Yeah, well, they co-opted because they're not the real woke no more.
That's what I'm saying. So, but all that exists in these platforms.
Real woke don't even claim woke no more.
So don't people realize that they're contributing to their own mental illness and downfall by participating in how these things actively ask you and incentivize you to participate? This is what I'm saying. So comics aren't seeing that comedy has been completely crippled and devalued. It was bad enough that we were doing it to ourselves by like undermining comics pay and all, like in Canada specifically.
But some people value fame more than that.
Most people do. Clout.
Yes.
And this is where I'm saying I'm an artist about it. I don't give a fuck about your clout. I don't. And that like, and that's the, they've even taken a part of comedy that I adore. Bro, I sat here last week on the podcast and made the argument that Andy Kaufman is top 5 for me. You go and look at Andy Kaufman, there's nothing about that guy that's like, he's one of the goofiest guys in comedy history. But they have devalued that to such an extent that everybody's in the streets trying to throw a microphone in a stranger's face and bother them as if that's entertaining, which it was until everybody started to, like, you see, and then you just push people down, like you're just pushing people off a cliff. But people are happy to jump off a cliff without a wingsuit. And some of them even have a wingsuit and they don't even know how to use it. I can't, like, it feels messed up for me to participate in that actively. So that's why when you're having conversations with me off mic and we're talking about like, well, or even now talking about like seeing it as an umbrella, but like, bro, I really try not to. And then I get into the thing of, okay, I'm just going to release on my leisure, do my thing on these platforms. But like, I don't know how to build an audience this day and age without the use of social media. Like, you can do it in the streets, absolutely. Canada does not have the infrastructure for that. So I'm really in a mode where I'm like looking at all the money I got. I'm just looking at the visa. And even still, I got to strategize that properly, right? Like, it's not just a matter of getting the visa. It's like, okay, you get the visa and you got 3 years to get the next level, essentially. Re-up on it, make 10 grand within 3 years so that you can re-up on it or get a sponsorship or get a green card or something. You know, there's like, Canada is dead to me at this point, like comedy-wise. And so right now, the big emphasis is the show and figuring out how we can package that in a way that's authentic to us, that's authentic to what I just described, while still formatting it in a way that the algorithm can pick up. Is that even possible? We'll find out. I think we have an amazing product. You've been editing it. I've been editing stuff. We've been looking at it for a while now. We know we have, and comedy is the biggest thing going right now. So that is the fun of it. That is the challenge that I'm super into. That is why I'm constantly thinking about this. That's why I hate social media, but I love you. That to me is an amazing challenge. Like, that is the current big challenge for me. I've done the harder part, I think, of actually gaining the skill. Yeah. And I know that if we just said, F it, let's start doing some memes and we get consistent at it, I promise you we would build up. If we do it for 6 months to a year, we would build up an audience. For sure. Can we do that with just the comedy stuff that we're really passionate about? I'm into making sketches and memes, but that's not a thing I want to go down the route of, and then the algorithm's trying to incentivize me to make them every day or release those consistently, and then the other ones don't really perform that well. I was like, but if you do this, then you'll build up the audience and then they'll come for the other stuff. It's like, that's like trickery to me. That's trickery to my audience and that's trickery to me. I'm convincing myself that, this is something it's not what I want to do. And so I'm not going to trick myself. Like, bro, you're not going to bully me. Don't let them bully you. Don't let them bully you, son. That's what it feels like. Don't let them bully you, son. You've got to pull out the fire. Like, it really is in my mind more and more. The phrase art is dead. Like, it really was before I was born. And I connect and I understand that sentiment more and more every day. Like, I can only imagine, even before social media, the pressures that people were getting. Because once you get to a certain level and you're trying to reach bigger and bigger people, I'm sure at a certain point it was about the art, and even people who had finance were about the art. But somewhere down the line, everything just became commodity.
Well, because art, depending on what art you do. Yeah. For instance, like if you do a painting, depending on who you are, a painting could be a good store value. Yeah. Right. So, a lot of these wealthy people are like, oh, I bought this painting this time. It appreciates in value. And now what did Jay-Z say? Bought that one painting for $2 million.
Yo, F Jay-Z.
Flip that shit now that we're $8 million.
I met Beyonce when she was 16. I told her she would be my beauty queen. Yeah.
But you get what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying. But
That's how money gets into art, because it's actually people value it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Anyways, that's this week's comedy recap. Let's quickly do this week's poll result, and then we'll go back into some comedy talk, and then we'll do the UFC. Actually, you know what? F it. I'm flipping it. What?
We don't have time for UFC.
We don't?
I mean, look at the time.
So we'll do it next week.
Sure.
All right. I'm actually gonna flip it. We're gonna do are they top 10?
Okay.
And then because this week's poll question wasn't comedy related, so we might as well stay in the realm of comedy. But yeah, that wraps up comedy recap. Wherever you are, go support live comedy, because the next megastar is in your neighborhood and they just need your support. All the stuff that I'm talking about here, you think every comedian and every artist isn't going through those same internal battles? Right now, someone could be this close to saying F it and abandoning everything that they originally wanted to do and then going down a completely different route. But then you show up and you support them, and then you give them that encouragement, and all of a sudden they're like, you know what? No, I believe in myself. But we're going to go into a new segment that we've been doing here week to week called Are They Top 10? Dante and myself have been compiling a list of our top 10 comedy. Well, see, it is a top 10 comedy list. Mm-hmm. But you added Jim Carrey in off movies last week, so you effed up the whole thing.
Yeah, but it's top 10 comedy.
No, you added him off movies. That doesn't feel right to me.
But he's a stand-up comedian.
But you don't even know any of his comedy.
But he's funny.
Oh my God. Anyways, this might be a mistake, but but we are adding the final.
He might get bumped out. I mean,
he's definitely getting bumped out. Carrey's not a top 10 comedian. He's a top 10 comedic actor. He's a top 5. Mm-hmm. But I love Jim Carrey. And I know more of his catalog. I've actually seen his stand-up and his In Living Color stuff. Mm-hmm. So it blows my mind that you would put him in the list based off Liar, Liar, and The Mask.
Well, I put him off based off The Mask and Bruce Almighty, but
you didn't even mention Ace Ventura. Have you seen Ace Ventura?
I have. That was part of the joke.
All right. Dumb and Dumber?
Yes, I've seen that.
Okay.
Sonic? You seen Sonic?
I have actually.
It's pretty good.
Only because of him, though.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. That's why he goes in the top 10.
No,
he's gonna save the whole franchise.
He's getting bumped out quick. But
I don't know. I feel like the guy I'm adding today might get bumped out, but
I feel like we've added a couple now that are. But anyways,
my people.
We have been compiling the list of the 10. This week we will finalize the top 10 list, and then starting next week we will only be bringing one name to the table, and we will be debating whether or not they belong on the list, which means they will bump someone out, or if they do not make it. I have been running with the theme of adding everybody that is on the wall the week that I add them. This is my final piece. Pièce de résistance. Chappelle. I add Chappelle to my top 10. Many reasons. Obviously, the stand-up. Chappelle show. I mean, here's my original box sets. I've sold off so much of my DVD and video game collection and all this stuff, but some things you just can't let go of. I still remember. I can remember going to the store during my lunch break in high school to pick up Chappelle show box sets, season 1 and 2.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
was that 2002?
No, it was like 06. I see the old man joke you're trying to make, but I'm not perturbed by age, because age is but a number. I'm infinite.
Yeah, a number that shows how old you are.
Bro, but that only shows how old I am here. I'm actually older, so what does that tell you?
Yeah, that goes over too many people's heads.
Yeah, I mean, what's not Killing Them Softly? What was the other one? Killing Them Softly was the original comedy special with Chappelle. Bro, I remember watching Chappelle on Just for Laughs back when JFL was good as a kid. And the terrorist joke. Terrorists don't take black hostages. I would recite this joke for years as a kid. Mm-hmm. Hello? We have 5 black... Hello? Hello? Bro.
Yeah.
Murdered his set. I think he got a standing O, bro. That set was so good. And that was young Chappelle, Pilot Boy Chappelle.
Human Chappelle.
before the clones, before the attack of the clones. It was Killing Them Softly, and no, was it even Killing Them Softly? Type in Chappelle comedy special list. What were you gonna say?
No, I just wanted to add for a comedy recap because I remembered something.
Man,
No,
come
but
on, bro.
it's related to the top 10 list.
Okay.
Let me just, Chappelle.
Go to Google first.
You trust their list?
Well, they'll just bring it to you right here. Chappelle comedy specials.
So at the workshop.
Stick on. Okay, yeah, we're going all the way back.
For what it's worth.
For what it's worth. No, it is Killing Them Softly. I'm right.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the first. That was the one with the hi bird, give me some smack bird,
I don't remember.
and the baby drug dealer.
I remember that one. The
Yeah.
black baby on the corner.
Yeah. For what it's worth, that's the monkey. That's the purple drink. Look at the black kid in the back. I want some of that purple stuff.
I don't remember these off the top like that.
Yeah.
But can I just finish with the one thing I want before I forget?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's at the workshop. Kenny was talking about, don't punch down unless you're an elite comedian. And then he goes, that's why I love my boy Corey Holcomb.
What does that have to do with this week's top 10 list?
No, but because Corey's in the top 10 list.
All right.
Like that's
That's
how
from that's like 3
I know, but
weeks
I'm just
ago.
saying because he said
You
it
just
this week.
derailed this
No,
conversation.
but I just had to add it because Kenny respects 5150. He's part of 5150 Nation.
He's a part of the chat room goons.
Yeah, Kenny Robinson is a chat room goon. Before I forgot,
How many of these have you seen?
I've seen Killing Them Softly. I've seen For What It's Worth. I've seen.
Yeah, I'll give him a shout outs for Block Party 2. That one pissed a lot of people off. That came out. That was a movie, like in theaters after he left Chappelle's show. So everyone was like dying for more Chappelle stuff. And the first thing he decided to do was a block party, which
like a concert.
It was a concert in Brooklyn. It was fire, bro. Like I still go back and watch that. It was like all the neo soul like legends. Damn. Yo, you even see like a young J. Cole in the crowd. It's so funny.
Really?
Like teenage J. Cole, yeah.
2006. That's
I
crazy.
remember friends of mine in high school being pissed because they went to watch it and they ended up leaving and asking their money back because they thought it was a comedy movie. And they got duped. It was like a friggin' block party. And they were white. So like they weren't. White people don't want to go pay to see no block party movie.
Revelation.
They're
missing something.
Bird Revelations is my favorite.
Where's Sticks and
Chappelle.
Stones?
Sticks and Stones.
Oh, it's up here.
Is up there. It's the newest one.
What was the one that got people super mad?
All of them.
Oh, I guess because Dreamers is not there.
Oh, Dreamers was the newest one.
Yeah.
That's it.
But like, so
I'm
these
a
were like the
powerful
return,
dreamer.
right? And then this is like the belly room one.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard. I mean, bro, if you're a fan of comedy, then Chappelle is a name that you know. It's pretty hard to debate that he has had impact far beyond the reaches of just the stage. But I think all in the realm of comedy. I don't really know much of his impact outside of the world of comedy. I know he's a huge like hip hop head.
Yeah.
But
he's like he's a comedy stand-up specialist. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, and he literally changed the whole dynamic of stand-up. I mean, before social media, he really was the meme king.
What do you mean?
Like before, think of Chappelle's show. People are still quoting that to this day.
Okay.
This guy was a meme god of his day before memes were really like solidified.
I wouldn't consider that a meme god. Like he did sketches that became super popular, but like
And entered the cultural zeitgeist like a meme.
yeah, but I don't.
People still say I'm rich, bitch. People still say Woogie, like
Yeah, that's Donnell.
no, no, that's Chappelle's show.
I know, but it's how he said it.
Okay, fine. Technicalities.
They could have got some other guy.
Bro, there are peanut butter and crack sandwich. Like there's a million things you can say.
No, I know.
so-
I'm just saying. I don't see it as meme, but like I just see it as more sketch than meme. In my
They are sketches,
yeah,
but then they even became memes.
everything became a meme in the great meme war of 2012.
So that's what I'm saying. Before that, like I loved sketches back in the day, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I loved sketches. I
Same.
loved creating sketches. I loved writing sketches. But once they became predominantly the thing to do on social media, and they became like more just it just became less and less interesting for me. But back when it was like exclusive like that, I feel like I would still be making sketches to this day.
Yeah, like growing up, like I wanted to be on Mad TV.
Same. SNL was a big goal of mine.
Yeah.
Like even before I realized I wanted to do comedy, I'm as a kid, I'm like, I want to be on SNL.
Yeah. Do you remember that one Coca-Cola one from Mad
SNL
TV?
or Mad TV?
Mad TV. Where they it was like an early Key and Peele skit, but like they do like some sort of knock joke, and then they like
Let's not bring up Key and Peele while we're talking about Chappelle. That's super disrespectful. Like literally the guys who his idea. It's true though.
okay.
I like that's I don't know. I don't know how I feel about those guys. They've made me laugh, but I'm such a big Chappelle geek that the second that show came on, I almost threw up. I never watched it on TV. I never supported them. I never liked I actively disliked them because I'm like they just took Chappelle's thing. There was an opening, the guy's gone. Comedy Central wanted something, and these were two black guys that they got to fill his role. He's like, I went away for 10 years and I had to watch two guys do my show poorly. Like, and they did. Those sketches were like squeaky clean. Like Chappelle rode the line, bro. When his first episode of Chappelle's show was the black white supremacist, like that I've heard him say this a few times. And it's almost like he was creating the wrong type of laughter for corporate America. Because that show literally brought racists and black people in the same room together and got them laughing. And nothing will heal people faster than them laughing together. Not at each other, but together.
Yeah.
Chappelle's show was so amazing at like just riding that line of, yo, this is borderline over the top offensive, but he always kept it like in the realm of like it was always grounded with a point. You know what I mean? Even that, I feel like the sketch that he said he wish he didn't do, the racial pixies. Bro, you know nothing about this. Like, damn, bro, this list is wild. Every time I bring something up, you're like, I don't know. I feel old as. You don't watch Chappelle's show?
I did, but I don't have it like saved in my mind like that.
Here's your homework.
No.
Just take these. Just take these. Watch them by next week. This is freaking 3 seasons worth of. Yeah, he did these racial pixies where essentially he created a pixie for every race. Leopard, illegal leopard. The Mexican one? Does that ring a bell?
No.
Yeah, okay.
I
Who
don't
are
even
you
know what a
adding this
pixie-
week? Who are you adding to the top 10 list this week?
You wouldn't like who I'm gonna add, but I'm gonna add them anyway. 'Cause
Go
they're
ahead.
funny to me.
No,
They're still funny to me, damn it. I'm putting in for my personal final top 5.
top 10. Oh, I guess you're half of the top 10.
Yeah. I'm throwing in Lavelle Crawford.
All right, give me the breakdown. This guy made your top 10 all time.
For me, yeah. He had some of the jokes that made me laugh the hardest.
I can't
And-
think of a single one of his jokes. Where would I like Comic View? Where did you see his material, but you never saw like some of the stand-up that we've talked about?
What do you mean?
Like, where did you watch his stand-up?
His
Growing
stuff's on
up.
YouTube. They played his stuff on the radio.
Growing up, where do you remember predominantly seeing him?
YouTube.
YouTube, so you would look him up?
Yeah.
How did you find out about him?
I don't even know.
Lavelle Crawford.
Yeah.
Pull him up real quick, please.
You know who he is.
Like again, you make the argument now. Why is he top 10? Because you like I'm gonna need something.
He's top 10.
There ain't no way he is, but like
What do you mean?
not. He's an OG. I'll give him
This
respect.
guy is one of the funniest guys. And I just feel like he had some jokes. Like I said, I'm going off of the reaction that I had off of his jokes. Once again, growing up.
You somehow turned this list into a personal list when it wasn't that initially. In the last
It's
few
not
weeks,
personal list,
in the
but
last
put
few,
your top 5 favorite guys. That's your personal.
well, my top 5 favorite guys happen to be arguably the top 10.
Yeah, that's like
So, like, you bringing up Lavelle Crawford and then giving me name a joke.
2 chops to the throat.
Oh my goodness. Okay, pull up this joke, please, because that.
You don't know this one?
No.
This is a classic.
What? Lavelle Crawford, 2 chops to the throat.
Yeah.
Yo, and he is an OG. I'm not gonna front and be like I don't
Look, I only
remember
have to
seeing Lavelle growing up.
Two
He was.
chops to
I
the
remember him
throat.
seeing. I remember seeing him on like Comic View, and I'm pretty sure he did Def Comedy Jam.
You go to the grocery store, she pull up in the grocery store, and all we got to give you that briefing.
Now.
I'm finna go in this grocery store to put a little something on the light bill, because they about to cut our shit off. But I ain't that worried about it, because I put the bill in your name.
I gotta sit down and watch.
I'm
Yeah.
using the
I guess
rest of
it's
the
not gonna
money.
work for me. To
It's
cut
a
it.
longer bit, but
Yeah.
basically, growing up with black parents,
Yeah.
I understand the pain of getting 2 chops to the throat. You know what I mean? 'Cause,
Okay.
like he goes, if you go in the store and act any kind of fool,
Yeah.
and I do meet, and then he gets basically he's doing his mom's voice, and then he's like, now repeat it back to me, and then
Yeah.
he does it in his voice. It's like, and you do mean any kind of fool, and he does it in his voice, and then he's like, I'll give you 2 chops to the throat. Because anyways, I'm butchering it. Obviously,
we all be. Yeah. We can't do
But-
justice. That's fair.
there for me, like once again,
I appreciate that you have reasons.
He's
you know? Like,
made me laugh the hardest. You know what I mean? Like, I just, in terms of like top 10, like I'm going off people that made me laugh the hardest. You know what I mean?
That's
I'm not
fair.
gonna be like, I
You
never
can't really
watched
go
this
off
guy.
anything else.
This guy never made me laugh, but I gotta throw him in there. That doesn't make sense.
You're right. That doesn't make sense. That's why I also like. So we're gonna have to figure out what to do with this list once we get public participation.
Yeah.
Like, do we keep 2 separate lists?
No, because that's 20 people.
I mean, we do our list and we kind of just leave it at that. But what if we keep our list and then we take that list and now we open it to the public?
And then what do they do with that?
Well, week to week, we start debating and arguing if people make it in or out.
Okay.
Like so we just created the list to start with.
Yes.
We can keep that as ours, obviously, because that's ours.
So we don't bring any new people? Because there's another
No,
person
we're
that I
gonna
wanna
bring new
add.
people. No, well, we're gonna bring new people each week.
Like one person each
But
week.
what I'm saying is, now that we have the top 10, we got to start getting the people involved.
Okay.
I want to start getting their input.
Yeah. But I also feel like not a lot of people know about Lavelle Crawford. You know, he's an unsung hero.
Exactly.
But he's hilarious. That's why I think he's top 10. Just because most people don't know him.
Dude, let me tell you this. If you're top 10, people know you.
Not always.
I mean, fair enough. There's a ton of talent that goes undiscovered.
Yeah.
A ton. But Lavelle is discovered. He's been in the game. He's discovered. If we're talking about like literally undiscovered versus discovered, he has an agent. He's plugged in.
Yeah.
We're watching a special on Comedy Central.
Yeah.
Can't
I'm
tell
not
me
saying
he's
he's not plugged in, but
So this is what I'm
my
saying.
point-
So he's been in front of agents. He's been in front of everybody that all the elites have been in front of. He's had the opportunities at least to get, or I can't say that because I don't know his path, but I would imagine he's had more of those opportunities to get to those places. But if you're not wowing the people like that, like how come I don't see him? Like I've never seen a Lavelle Crawford tour advertised. Where's he going?
Probably in the States, St. Louis.
I would imagine he has his
around town.
audience built in and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I see
He's
Corey.
got a core audience.
I mean, yo,
He came second in last comic standing.
this is the first one where I don't see it, but like I've seen the other ones, even if I didn't fully connect with the reason why. You know what I'll do? I'll do some homework. I'll watch a Lavelle Crawford. Didn't Chappelle just produce something for Lavelle? Oh no, that was Earthquake.
Oh yeah, he did Earthquake.
He did
special.
Earthquake special. I watched that. You're not trying to put him in the top 10, are you?
Nah,
All right.
I don't know his stuff like that. He never made me. He never gave me that when you laugh so hard. You're like, ooh.
But I do respect the reason you put it in. I do respect the reason you put it in. I mean, you can only put in what you know.
Yeah.
But you don't have anything other than this?
Well, he's got a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm just saying, like, he's
Anything impact wise? Can you close this so I see how much time we're in?
We're at like an hour or something.
All right.
Impact wise, just I'm not really going off impact, or else we would have to throw Kevin Hart in there. You know what I mean? Like,
No, I'm asking what impact, like, do you know of any impact he's made?
other than making me laugh,
Does he have any, like,
he was in
comics
Breaking Bad
under him, or he was in what?
He was in-
He was in Breaking
with
Bad.
Bill Burr.
And he crushed that.
He did. And
yeah,
he
they got
was-
2 comedians to do that role.
and he was in Better Call Saul.
That was Burr's first acting gig, I think.
Probably, yeah, one of them.
And he crushed that role.
Yep.
I mean, it was a small role, but I think he did. I love Breaking Bad.
Mhm.
So I think he did really well in that. And him and Lavelle, actually. And they brought Lavelle back. You're right.
For Better Call Saul, yeah.
But it was even sad the way they did him at the end of Breaking Bad. They kept him in the freaking. Yo, salutes to Lavelle Crawford, man. He is an OG, and I'm sure he has a greater impact than what I know of. Yo, this, and you know what, bro? This comedy special has 3 million views.
This joke has 3 million views.
Oh, this joke. Sorry. All right, fair enough. Still, bro, for one joke clip to have 3 million views.
This one joke has 9 million.
Damn, good for him, bro. Yeah, good for him. All right, bro. That's how crazy this game is. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many people.
You're saying he's unsung. No one knows him. 3 mil, 9 mil.
But didn't I say earlier? There's people out there that have mills of people that no one knows. So it's like, all right. So this week's additions to Are They Top 10? Dave Chappelle and Lavelle Crawford. And we have now solidified the Are They Top 10 list. Dante, would you mind reading out the list?
We have Bernie Mac, Russell Peters, Cat Williams, George Carlin, Corey Holcomb, Patrice O'Neill, Andy Kaufman, Jim Carrey, Dave Chappelle, Lavelle Crawford. Chappelle and Lavelle kind of rhymes.
Chappelle and Lavelle. Yeah. So starting next week, we will bring one name, I guess.
Yep.
And then we'll do a poll question.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll start running 2 polls a week.
Sure.
I don't think that's too much.
Nope.
No, more engagement. And start getting people's input.
Do you want to do our poll result now? Because we're already at hour 10.
Yeah, we have to. But yeah, that was this week's Are They Top 10 list. And be on the lookout. We will start doing more poll questions, asking your guys' input on who you think is top 10 comedian all time. But let's wrap this episode up with another weekly segment we do here called Poll Results. Every Monday on my Instagram story feed and on the community tab on YouTube, we post an interactive poll question. We leave it up for you guys to vote, and we discuss the results here in the studio. We've been doing a lot of comedy related questions, but randomly I came across a bunch of articles on plants. Yes, very hippie. All right. And it just got me asking a lot of my friends questions, and then I just opened it up to everybody else. But I saw a lot of stuff about like plants being sentient, plants being able to detect when they're being eaten, like all this type of stuff. So as I started to go down that rabbit hole, it really started to make me question like veganism a little bit more. I'm like, are vegans as righteous? And this is, again, I'm not putting down vegans right now or anything like that. I'm asking legitimately the questions like, is that as righteous of a cause? It is like, let's just pull up the question before I get too far into this. This week's poll question was, does scientific evidence / studies like these change your opinion of veganism? And the studies that I put as examples: plants are alive with all behavioral and cognitive consequences. The radical new experiments that hint at plant consciousness, New study, plants know when they are being eaten. So once again, does scientific evidence / studies like these change your opinion of veganism? And the options were better, worse, or no change. And before we get to the results, how did you vote on this?
No change.
What'd you already think?
I already thought that.
Yeah. Okay. So you already kind of knew this going into this poll question.
Yeah, but I knew that plants were always... rocks are sentient.
So
come on now.
So if everything is everything...
Yeah.
Like... I knew that, but like the further we go along with the science of it, the worse I think of the whole notion of like maybe for the emissions thing.
No, because it's worse. It takes up more
water,
more whatever to produce vegan food than it does. Like if you just ran a sustainable farm.
Are you sure? Versus animals?
Yes.
Does a plant in its life consume more water than an animal?
No, but you need more of it to feed people. Like if you have like a soybean farm,
yeah,
you have to have like hectares worth of field. So you're tilling up all that soil and that soil gets destroyed. And then you got to use your machinery to go across acres of field. Whereas if you just have, everyone has their own chicken coop and da-da-da-da-da and whatever.
I voted worse. Because the more I read about it, the worse I think of it. The less the arguments ring true to me. I'm like, okay, well, if you're talking about killing animals and all that stuff, which again, I don't think factory farming is a good thing either.
It's definitely not.
It's not. It's not sustainable. It's not. It's definitely not nice. Like it's like, yo, and all the documentaries I've seen growing up, and like, bro, like those ones where they sneak the cameras into the factory farms and the pelt farms. Like the saddest thing I've ever seen is them like. I don't even want to say because it's so sad.
Do you see the one where there was protesters and they put bike locks around their necks on the machine to protest it, and then they started running the machine?
Yeah, that is
like stop! They started freaking out.
That's crazy. That's crazy. The weirdest thing for me has always been, and this probably came from when I was watching stuff as a teenager, like documentaries on like factory farming and like clothing and pelts and all that stuff. Like, who's the dude that's just snapping necks and stomping on
that's where
animals and stuff? Like, who's the guy
that's where Chernobyl
that's just taking the nail gun to the friggin' pig's head? Bop, bop, bop.
That's where Chernobyl comes in.
Who is the guy that does that all day and then goes home at night and
there's actually a video.
Hey son, I love you. I hope you have a good night's sleep.
There's a guy
tucks his kids into the bed and fucks his wife passionately. I love you so much. Oh, life is so beautiful. Oh, we have a beautiful family. Our kids are great. Oh my God. Sleeps, gets up, cracks some eggs, bacon, freaking all that, then goes to work and just starts rock bottoming and just pile driving and stone cold stuttering chickens. Like, bro, who's the savage, dog?
I want to show you this video.
Like, who is that guy? How do they live with themselves? It's so weird. What kind of trauma did you grow up with that's a doable life in your mind? Anyways, I definitely don't think that the argument helps.
No, it doesn't help.
To me, it's cows and like baby cows are cute, so it hurts to kill it. Mm-hmm. You look at a plant, there's no eyes, there's no nothing. They don't say ouch.
This guy.
They don't scream in pain.
Hey, excuse me, sir.
Hello.
Hi, we're just asking New Yorkers, what do you do for a living?
I work at a slaughterhouse.
What?
Slaughterhouse. I work the air gun.
Oh.
So when an animal is no more, you take an air gun with a 6-inch rod and it's right inside your head.
Oh. What's your favorite part of your job?
watching the light be released from the living creature.
Yo, I don't know. Oh my goodness. Bro.
He said he loves his first when he watches the light.
Light leave the living body.
So that's who works at a slaughterhouse.
Yo, you guys are weirdos. Again, I know not everybody out there is like that, obviously. And there's sustainable farms and all that stuff. I just think, we're living kind of a lie. It's if you're out there thinking that, especially if you're out there thinking you're above others, because they eat animals and you don't, and you're not harming anything.
Yeah.
Like, how can you be a hippie and not understand that plants are living?
But that's also why I respect Joe Rogan's choice. No, because
You smoke reefer, Joe Rogan.
no. But listen, because he saw all the same documentaries and stuff,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, I'm not going to contribute to factory farming.
I'm gonna learn how to.
I'm going to learn how to go hunt and get."
I mean, Joe's still going to restaurants and friggin'
He is,
going to grocery stores.
but
and
he
stuff.
also hunts for his own meat.
correct.
That's
I do actually want to get there.
yeah,
I think that is an important thing that we've
lost.
lost. But then at the same time, like living in the environments that we do, we're so far removed from like natural habitats and stuff. Like we've destroyed the natural habitat.
There's deer running around here.
I don't think you can legally go around killing them.
No, if no one finds out, it's not it's not illegal.
This guy.
Yo, where'd you get that sick belt from?
I use every part of the deer. Yeah, like vegans. I don't know. Please in the comment section, how do you feel about this one? I'm sure there's an argument that vegans have that I haven't heard yet that still tips the scales in their favor, but
Some people are vegan just because of the food, how like it affects them, not even for like a moral reason.
yeah, and let's not front and be like all the processed friggin' plant-based food is good. That's not good.
Yeah.
So like, what's the balance here? We don't start making burgers out of plants. Like that's not the solution here.
Yeah.
But also the factory farming has gotten to a place where is that really like, bro? Like none of it seems.
Have you been to a regenerative farm? That's pretty dope.
What's that? A regenerate? Oh, like everything is completely self-sustainable.
So it's self-sustainable, and then they have the cows and then the pigs, and then they rotate them around their farm. And so like the cows will graze one area, then they poop in that area, but then they put the crops where they pooped. So now it's like now they have fertilized land, and then they cycle it.
I think we are getting back to like the communal aspect of things, like communal farming and all that stuff. Like hopefully we start to go. Again, is that sustainable? The world is blowing up so massively. Like there's so many people here.
Yeah.
But also we're in the West, so I feel like we're so fixated on just how we do it, that we forget like the majority of the world is doing it different ways also.
Yep.
You got any final? No?
Nah, no change for me. Just, I've been.
I like, even though I knew these things, the more I read, the worse my opinion gets, or the harder it is for me to be like, okay, like something's got to give here, because I understand factory farming is effed up.
Mm-hmm.
I love animals, but then I also love plants. Like, are you a hippie or are you not a hippie? Like, you're saying that one is more valuable than the other, or what is the actual argument here? I don't want to claim to speak for vegans. I'm not one. So, but yeah, once again, this week's poll question: does scientific evidence / studies like these change your opinion of veganism? The studies where plants are alive with all behavioral and cognitive consequences, the radical new experiments that hint at plant consciousness, and new study: plants know when they are being eaten. The options were better, worse, or no change. And the results were 11% said better, 44 and 44% said worse and no change. Who thinks better though?
What does better even mean? I'm confused.
Like, you think better of veganism?
Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Oh, your opinion of veganism is better.
Yeah. So you have a better opinion of veganism knowing that plants are alive? That one doesn't make sense to me.
But how do you not know plants are alive?
Okay, You know what though? I think that most people recognize that they are alive, but don't want to attribute a human level of consciousness to the plants where they might actually have more. So, like,
Mushrooms definitely have more.
thank you. So, like, bro, whole fungal mycelium networks, like communicating underneath your feet, like miles and miles apart.
Yeah, there's more mycelium mass than anything else.
So, like, how does, I don't know, that one's weird.
And they
to
could
me.
talk to the astral realm.
How do you come out of this with a better opinion of veganism? It's interesting that it's tied though. Worse than no change.
Yeah. Should we check YouTube as well?
Yeah, let's check. I don't know if they had that many. This one might not have been as active. But once again, you guys can get in on those poll questions every Monday on the community tab. We had 7 votes. Thank you to the people that voted.
Better and no change.
Again, so 43% said better on YouTube and 57% said no change of opinion. Any comments? I don't think so. Yeah, no. So thanks to the people that voted. If you are listening to this and you said better, why? How does that make your opinion of being a vegan better? I'm interested to know that one. But yeah, I think that's going to wrap up this week's poll results and episode. Any final words before we get out of here, Dante? Come on, man.
I'm sorry. I tried to do 2 mics and I messed it up. It won't happen again.
Where can the people find you?
You can find me online at Dante, CheZDante. Follow your boy.
Hey, I'm AKA Black Zeus on all the socials, but you know how I feel about that. I hate social media, but I love you. This is the place to be if you do care about comedy. Hit the subscribe on the YouTube channel. Make sure you're active. Leave some comments. Hit the likes. It helps us. We're fighting Mr. Algorithm every day. But until next week, this has been another episode of Black Zeus the Podcast, Season 5, Episode 38. Love y'all. Have a great week. Peace, peace. This is Black Zeus the Podcast, Season 5. I love y'all. Thank you for supporting. Once again, the Patreon is launched. If you do want to watch my comedy special right now, you can do so. It's only $10 and you can get it as part of the subscription fee. So like if you subscribe to the Patreon, you can get it that way, or you can just buy it outright for $10 that way. Once again, for transparency, I will release the comedy special for free on the YouTube once we hit 1,000 subscribers. So you can also just hit the subscriber button and just do that. You can support that way, whichever way you want to support. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all that. I don't necessarily use it the way everybody else does, but I'm there if you want to find me. AKA Black Zeus is the person to find on those platforms.